Hello, people. Okay, so y'all know I ain't even about that time management. My daughter is if you catch the replay, because I'm obviously not now so on here. My daughter is braiding my hair, and we have stopped that, and she will have to finish tomorrow. Hi, somebody. Hey, cousin. Hey, Tessa. So, I'm delayed, but that's okay. As long as somebody shows up. So y'all come through, come in the room, say hello, share the video. So as I was saying, my daughter is braiding my hair and we stopped. So, okay, we're going to finish this up a little later. Kim. Hey, Suge. What's up? So, what y'all doing? Hey, Aniqua. Yeah, let me give some people some time to come on. We're going to talk about trust tonight. I actually had some conversations today, and I'm sorry I did not come on Tuesday, y'all. I've been having, a little, yeah, okay. But, so, oh, hey, Anyana. Yes, honey. So I was having these conversations earlier today. I'm gonna go ahead and get started, y'all, because a few people is enough. Okay. Anyway, I was having these conversations, and we were just talking about different things about life and our inconsistencies and the struggle to trust God. So the analogy that I gave whenever I was having this conversation was, the entire time that you've been seated on that chair, have you worried that that chair was going to fall from beneath you? Or when you walked up the sidewalk to the building, did you worry that a hole was going to open up or the sidewalk wasn't going to be enough for you to be able to walk on safely to the door? And in both instances, it had not been a worry. Therefore, you're trusting the chair, you're trusting the sidewalk. You know what I'm saying? Like, we do that. Instead of us being able to trust God, we are more focused on what he hasn't done, what we think can't be done, instead of what he's already done or what he's doing. And oftentimes he's the last resource for people when he is the absolute only source that we should know, that we should be focused on. So, everything else is a resource. He is the source. But yet we act like, I'm going to go to God last. I'm going to try all these different things, and I'm going to put my trust in all these other things, my job, my man, my woman, whatever, any material thing, period. We will put our trust in that before we choose to put our trust in God. Backwards. So, in order to begin to trust God, you're going to have to go through some experiences that are going to be less than favorable, definitely uncomfortable, just many times painful, but that is part of the process in order to stretch you enough to make you grow in the right form. And what I mean by that is, you think about if your child, if you are a parent, even if you're not a parent, you might have a relative or whatever, but if you have a child and your child does something that you do not like, or that you have told them not to do, or that you think is wrong, you are going to correct them. You are also likely to take something from them, to show your disapproval. Hey, Savannah. Hey, Robin. So when you remove those things from them, or when you spank them, whatever your thing is, you are doing that because you want them to learn to obey you. So in the same way, we endure pain and suffering as part of the process to learning how to obey God and trust God. And see, once you really obey, when you start to obey him, you're on your way. Like, when you trust him, you're going to obey him. And it's hand in hand. So, instead of us thinking, oh, well, it's impossible to do. And, you think of all the things that are not right in your life and all the things that you don't like about your life. Start counting the things you do like. Start counting the fact that I woke up, I have breath, I have, I'm able to use my limbs. The bills are paid, those things that we don't always think about. in that, I must say that, my ability to trust God has been strengthened through adversity and hardship. So the more I struggle, what's that smell? Y'all hang on, okay? What is that? Really? If y'all only knew, okay? Anyhow, um, where was I? My ability to trust God, has come through adversity and hardship and things that I did not like, truthfully. So, I'm telling you that there is no reason for you to think that you are exempt from the experiences that are going to grow you and mold you and make you into the absolute person that you were created to be. And that person you are going to love. You are going to be able to do the things that God is asking of you. And you're going to be, hopefully, prayerfully quickened in the spirit to do what God is asking of you. Because see, that's the thing that we struggle with, being able to do what he asks. We want to wait. We want to delay, and not just in our relationship with God. There are many of us who don't know how to trust in our relationships, period. So you don't even give people ample time to prove or show you how good they are or whatever's going on, because you are basing what you have on what you used to have. And so then it doesn't even work. So you're struggling even in that area. And I know about broken trust because I too have experienced somebody betraying me, somebody lying, somebody cheating. Those things take place, and we have to live and learn from them. And it's okay, because again, sometimes the things that we experience teach us who we really are, teach us how to be, how to maneuver and get through things. And everything, when I look back over the experiences I've had, I've needed God for every single one of them. And I know some people, okay, well, how do you know he was there? How do you know? Because I wouldn't have made it otherwise. Because in my natural self, I wouldn't make the decisions that I make. Not now, not then, not ever. Because God is somebody different, totally different than my thinking process, okay? The way I think and the way I would do things without the Holy Spirit prompting me, it's bad. It's just bad, y'all. It's just, okay? I couldn't do it without his assistance. I could not do it without his teaching, his leading, his loving. I could not do it. I could not be transformed from who I was to who I am on my own accord. It's impossible, and I know that. I remember who I was. So I don't, when people act like they don't remember their past, they don't know what they've done, they've just been holier than thou all their life. It's a lie. Okay? It's a lie. I was a hot sizzling mess. Hey, Natalie. I was, doing what I wanted to do, not trusting God, doubting him for sure. And I don't have no reason to doubt him, because anytime I've ever prayed or asked God to help me with anything, he has done it. Now, it may not have happened in the timing that I wanted it to occur, but it definitely took place. Even the prayers that other people pray for me, because before I began to pray for myself, I had a praying grandmother, I had a praying mother, I had a praying father, and then I had praying people who were placed in my life that, loved me enough until I began to love myself, because that's part of your issue. Part of your issue is not even recognizing who you are, how to love yourself. We settle and settle and settle and put up with things from other people, whether that's friendships, whether that's family, whether that is a significant other. We will tolerate behaviors over and over again, but yet somehow we just can't figure out how we should trust God. But yet we continue to forgive these people. And in some instances, you're not even forgiving. Sometimes we just slide things under the rug. Okay, well, I ain't gonna worry about that. That's okay. He cheated. He lied. He beat on me. Okay, I'm just gonna tolerate this because clearly I'm not worthy of something better than this. So I'm just gonna keep putting up with this until he changes. But what if he doesn't? What if she doesn't? Even the family, same thing. They may not change. They may not have a desire to change. And so before you can begin to change, you have to want to change. It just doesn't take place. When you get disgusted, when you're tired, because sometimes people say, oh, I'm tired. I just can't take this no more. It's one thing after another. This happened, that happened. You're not tired yet. You'll know when you're tired when you begin to do things differently. When you begin to really call on God, spend time with God, read God's word, fellowship, worship, praise, pray. Okay, I done told y'all prayer is the plug. That's it. That's what you have to have. You can't communicate without it. You need it. And you need to know that God hears you. Because he does. He hears you. He's going to answer you. He's going to help you. But you have to stop trying to push the situation off on everybody else. Telling everybody else. Trying to involve everybody else when some things are just between you and God. You don't even have to call up so-and-so and try to share with them, oh, this is going on. Girl, what do I do? What do I do? Sometimes those people you are calling could care less about what you are expressing. They wish the worst for you, but they secretly pretend that they are so happy, to be there. They ain't there for you. So you got to recognize, and you can only do that through the spirit of discernment, which you can only acquire from God. That's a gift from God. Hey, Monet. Hey, Tasha. Y'all, those are my oldest babies. So, until you recognize those things and you can actually say, because sometimes we just don't want to face the facts about ourselves. I struggled with that. To think that I didn't love myself, to think that I was, allowing people to abuse me, to lie to me, to cheat on me, to make me feel less than, to become completely depressed and, just killing myself. And not only killing myself, but the people who were attached to me. I'm trying to raise children, but yet I'm not being a good parent on the level that I could be. Hey, Frida, because I'm too busy dealing with all these other demonic spirits and all these other evil things. And, my kids were getting the short end of the stick. Why? Because that's what we do. We're so consumed with fake love. People we think are for us when they're not. Because if they were, their behavior would say so. See, that's the thing. You pay attention to the way somebody behaves. That's your answer right there. So you don't have to question and say, oh, does he love me? Does she love me? Are they in support of me and what I'm doing? Don't worry about it. Trust God. Seek God. Spend time with God. I'm telling y'all, spending time with God is going to change your life. You think because I read the Bible and don't understand it that I'm not going to get it? Every single thing you need to learn is in that book. And not only is it in the book, like I said before, you have to study. So in school, hey Prince, hey Miss Diane, hey Patricia, whenever you're in school and you're like, oh God, this reading is hard, this math is hard, I can't do chemistry, whatever it is, you're not just gonna get up and say, I'm done with this class because I was trying to read that material and I could not comprehend it. Okay, you're not gonna do that. So in the same way, spend time reading the word of God to get to know God, because that's the only way you're going to really know him. And our relationship with him has to be intimate. So, you have to be connected on a daily basis. I don't even see why people think, God should just drop in and start doing all the things I want him to do, despite the fact I neglect him, put him on the back burner, call him last, calling everybody else around the sun for assistance, for advice, when all I need to do is get on my knees and begin to pray, and he is going to answer me. As I stated prior to now, it ain't always in our timing. It's definitely not when we want it all the time. Matter of fact, most of the time to me, it's not when I want it. It takes time. But then we have to acquire patience. So if we're not patient, that's part of the process. Learning different characteristics that we would not have if we did not go through. Experience is definitely the best teacher, in my opinion, and based on my own life and the things that I have struggled with, the things that I have endured, I know that only through those experiences would I have grown and become who I am right now, sitting in this seat, because I was stubborn, I was hard-headed, and to be quite frank, it was my way or no way. Not only was it my way or no way, I was always right. Oh, that means I was completely wrong, because no one is always right. But somehow in my mind and in my heart, if I said it, it was right. It was law. But when I tell you God will break you down, he will show you what the truth is. Okay, you ain't seen nothing until he begins the breaking process, because he's going to teach us who we are. He's going to show me how to trust him through the breaking process, because I have nobody else. He will separate you from everybody else. And you're thinking, God, I am so alone. Everybody else is doing this and they doing that. And he will show you, okay, now it's my time, face to face with me, just me and you. So you don't even have to worry about the people who fall off. Like I said before, when they fall off, let them fall off. Don't be trying to go back and grab them and say, hey, what happened? You want to be my friend again? No. It was not meant to go any further than where it went. So God, thank you. Whatever it is, whenever it is, any relationship, I don't care. If God decides to end it, y'all, let it be over. Thank him for that. Ask him for healing. Ask him for comfort. Ask him for peace. Ask him for understanding. Ask him for wisdom. You got to ask. The same thing with our kids. We ain't just handing out everything and anything to them. They come to us and ask us for things. It's the same way God expects us to do it. It's a discipline thing. It's a principle thing. And so, it teaches us to be better people. It teaches us to be more like Christ. And so that's the goal, that we would be kingdom minded, that we would behave in the fashion that is a reflection of who God is, not of who we want to be, not of who we used to be, but of who he is. And so when you can allow yourself to go through the suffering and go through the pain that will produce the obedience, and all the good things that come with being attached to God, it's going to change your life. And I need my life to change right now. Like, I cannot wait another year, another week, another month. We waste a lot of time, too much time, on just doing whatever we want to do or doing nothing at all and thinking that it's going to still change. It's not going to change, and it's not going to be fun or comfortable. So, knowing those things, lace some shoes up and go, okay? Get it. It belongs to you. It is your God-given right. So go get it. Be blessed. Do what you do best. That is being you. I absolutely love you guys. I thank you for joining me. I will be live again on Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope you share the video. I will see you later. Good night.